I just found something that I am so excited about, yet very nervous to show it to you guys because I think that 98% of you are going to think that I am crazy.
Live your life within the moment, and don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over. All that I know is we'll get older. So let us dance this night away.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well. Guess where I'm at? I drove back out to Golden Oldies today, specifically for this brass canister. I have been obsessing about it and thinking about it all week, and so I decided just to come back out here to see if it's one still available and to see how much it cost. I really am hoping that it's not too expensive because I really do think that it's going to be beautiful in our half bath. Also last week, while I was going through all of the footage, I realized that I left a lot of things behind. So either I just left it behind, I thought it was too expensive, I forgot about it, or I didn't ask the price. So I'm gonna find someone to first see how much this brass canister cost, and then I'm gonna go around, take a second look at some things and just see what else needs to come today versus what I can push off for another time. I just love it here. All right, let's go see how much this guy is. Hi, how much is this?
Those are $115 for that size.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
You're welcome.
Really love this piece. It is a glass display. It has a door here. On the other side, it has a panel that lifts up, and I just love it because I think that you could display so many things in here. For me, it'd probably be some of my special pottery, but honestly, the options are endless. I kind of wish I knew what it was used for before, and if you know, please put that down into the comments. That's kind of what I love to do when I'm out antiquing and thrifting and vintage shopping, is trying to figure out how it was used in the past and then how I can use it in present day. But I really love it. I did ask the price for it. It's $95, which I think is absolutely fair. I really do love it. Probably not going to take it home with me today, but they do have several around the store. So when I come back at another time, I might go ahead and pick one of these up. But that's a very special piece. I wasn't planning on stopping or doing any more thrifting or shopping today, but on my way home, I happened to see that there was a Goodwill, so I did a little bit of a U-turn. So let's go in and see what they have. Guys, I just found something that I am so excited about, yet very nervous to show it to you guys, because I think that 98% of you are going to think that I am crazy. And honestly, if I wouldn't have seen someone get something very similar, I would think that I'm crazy as well. But when I was out sick with COVID back in January, I started to binge watch all of Rajiv's YouTube videos, and he is amazing. He does vintage shopping and thrift shopping. He throws pottery. He can paint. He does sculpture. He makes his own paint or his own paper, his own soap. Literally, there is nothing that this man cannot do. And so I binge watched him. And while he was out vintage shopping, he found something that I thought, that's weird. I would never want anything like that. But by the end of the video, once I saw him styling it, I was like, maybe that's something that I could pull off as well. I just found it in Goodwill, and as I was standing there kind of looking at it, there was a girl behind me, and I could tell that she was kind of hovering over it as well and wanting it. And so because I could feel her behind me, I just went ahead and picked it up, and she was like, oh, she got it. And that just made me even more excited. It was only $8, which is a heck of a steal. And I cannot wait to get it home and to show you guys. But first, I am going to run some errands. I have to go to the grocery store. I also want to pick up some flowers for myself. And then I will meet you guys at home. And then I will show you everything that I purchased today. And then we'll do some styling. So I will see you guys in just a bit. I am back home, and I think that I had a successful trip going out to High Point today. But before I show you everything that I got, I wanted to show you some of the purchases that I got last weekend when I went out thrift shopping with my friend Rosalind. So last weekend, early in the morning, I was still in bed scrolling, and she sends me a text and asks me if I want to go out thrift shopping with her. And because I can never turn down an invitation to go out thrift shopping, I said absolutely yes, but could you give me 30 minutes? And she was like, I can actually give you 45. And I was like, perfect. So I got dressed, she came and picked me up, and we drove out to Wilson, North Carolina, which is 1 hour east of Durham. So High Point is 1 hour west and Wilson is 1 hour east. And we like to go out there because there's a shop called the Rummage Warehouse that has amazing finds. If you are a digger and a treasure hunter, this is your dream. It is a place that is just chugged full of items that are not priced at all. And so there's a lot of room for negotiations once you're done shopping and you go up to the counter. I always find a lot of things and I walk out of there spending very little money. So in typical Jessica fashion, I said, I'm not going to film today. I'm really not going to buy anything. I don't need anything. I'm not looking for anything. I'm just out here to have a good time, and maybe we'll go out to eat and we'll just enjoy each other's company today without having to film. But I wish that I would have, because I ended up finding some really cool items. So unfortunately, I don't have any film of last weekend, but I do want to show you some of the things that I got. So first off, I found this mug as well as this mug, and I love them so much. I got them for $1 a piece, and they are handmade, they are vintage, they are so heavy, and I just love them. I love them. I have been drinking out of them for the last couple of days, especially this one. And if you read my newsletter on Friday, this was the mug that I was drinking out of when I was talking to you guys on my newsletter. I absolutely love it. There's just something that brings me joy about the morning ritual of getting up, going to the cupboard to find what mug you're going to drink out of that day, filling it up with whatever warm drink you start your mornings off with, and then just kind of sitting with that, whether you take a slower morning and you kind of just sit on the couch or out on the porch, or you just go right into work. But just having that mug there full of your like favorite morning coffee, I don't know. There's just something about it that I love. I collect them. You guys probably know that by now, especially if they're handmade, and especially if they're just as well made as these. I just absolutely love it. So the next thing that I got was this glass candy dish, and I absolutely love it, especially because Easter is right around the corner. I really love those little chocolate Cadbury eggs with the hard shell on the outside, and when I saw this candy dish, I immediately thought of those Cadbury eggs, and so now I need to go to the store and pick up a bag of those to place into here. And once I do that, I probably will put this on my coffee table, maybe on a stack of books, and it just makes me very excited. When I saw this and it was only $1.50, I knew that it was coming home with me. Next, I found this brass tray, and just look at it. Absolutely stunning. There is some patina going on here, which I actually like, but there are some areas that I think I'm going to try to buff out just a little bit. But having a tray like this is so clutch, because you can use this in so many different ways. You can put it on your bar cart and put all of your liquors and your special glasses on the side. You could place this on the side of your stove and put all of your different cooking oils, maybe a little canister with all of your cooking utensils on here. Those little cordial glasses that I got last week, this is the perfect tray to put those on and serve those to my guests. I just absolutely love this. The options are endless of how you can use it, and I really love that I was able to find it for $5, especially after last week when I said that I couldn't find a tray and I was kind of looking for one. So this one just popped up, and the moment I saw it, had to have it. So in the theme of entertaining, I love finding different vintage plates and just servingware. And so I found these plates. I got 4 dinner plates, 4 salad plates. They are handmade. They are hand painted by Tracy Porter, and I do need to do some more research on her. But these are stunning. I just love the shape. I love the decor on them. I love that they are handmade. I think that they are just very, very special. I can totally see these on the Thanksgiving table, on the Christmas table. Heck, I can see these on a Saturday table with burgers and fries on it. I do have some things that I'd like to save for special occasions, but when I find special pieces like this, I really do want to just use them all the time. So I really feel like we are going to be using these as our everyday plates. They're really special. They're substantial. They're heavy. I love these. I get my obsession for plates and glassware from my mother. She has a cabinet full downstairs in our basement of all sorts of different glassware and plates and serving dishes. Speaking of glassware, I ended up finding a set of 4 of these coupe glasses. Now, coupe glasses are my favorite glassware to drink out of and to collect, but these are special because typically when you have a drink, your drink sets in this area right here, just kind of in the bowl of the glass right here. But with these, the cocktail can go all the way down the stem because when they blew the glass, I don't know if you guys can see it, but they blew the hole all the way down. So they didn't blow a separate piece and attach a stem. The stem is a part of the glass. And so I'm gonna make a cocktail later on this evening so that you guys can see it. But if you have like a colored drink, that colored drink won't be just right here. You can see it all the way down the stem, and dying. I cannot believe I found these. You just don't see these in regular stores these days. I've only seen these at vintage and antique stores, and so to be able to find this at a thrift shop for super cheap, I think they were like 25 cents a piece. I looked everywhere, and they have aisles and aisles and aisles of glassware. And I looked for more. I was only able to get 4, but man, these are really special, and I cannot wait to make a little bit of a cocktail later on. So those are the things that I got while I was in Wilson last weekend. Again, I'm sorry I didn't have much footage for it, but I did want to show you guys at least the things that I purchased, which I think are really, really special. So moving on to high points. Oh, it just makes me so happy. I wish that I would have recorded my reaction when I walked around the corner and saw that this can was sitting right where it was last week. I feel like it just knew I was coming back for it, and it didn't want to be moved to another spot. I just really, really love it, and I think that it's going to be beautiful in the half bath. So I did do some research before I went just to see potentially how much this would cost, and typically they're running around $145 to $150, which I thought was a pretty fair price. So when I went up to the counter and they said it was $115, I was like, sold. I will absolutely take that. And I know that $115 seems very excessive for a trash can, but this one is special. It really is. And I feel like it has a story. I feel like it has a lot of history behind it. And that's kind of what I was talking about earlier, is when I'm going to vintage and antique stores, I really do love to imagine what each piece used to be and how I can use it in present day. And when I saw this last week, I just knew immediately that I wanted to put this into the half bath as our trash can. And so I'm very, very ecstatic about it. And I'm just so happy that I made the trip out there today and it was actually there. So the only other thing that I bought was another one of these beer steins. My sister loved it so much that she just decided that she was going to take it. So I was like, fine, you can have it. I will get another one when I go back. And so I grabbed another one of those beer stein mugs, and I just have enjoyed also using that with the ones that I found last week while I was thrifting for my morning coffee this week. So in addition to those 2 pieces, while I was there, I did get some pricing for some of the items that I really, really loved, that I knew was going to be a little bit out of range for me to bring home today. But some of the columns were, I think they were starting at 175 and up to around 400. I think that price is pretty fair, but again, I just didn't know where I was going to put it, and I didn't want to bring it home just for the sake of bringing it home and messing up the garage even more or putting it in storage. And so I decided to go around and get some pricing to leave everything there, but if I wanted to go back, at least I know kind of what budget I am working with. So I find that to be, as Kelly would say on Insecure, growth.
No, that is. It's growth.
Because typically I would have just bought it and put it in the garage and I would figure it out later, but I really am trying to be more mindful about the things that I bring in the house. And so until I absolutely know where some of those pieces will go, they're just going to stay right there. So that was my trip to Golden Oldies, and then I decided to just come home. And so on my way home, I happened to see a Goodwill, and I thought, how harmful would it be to just go in and look? I found something that you guys, like I said in the car, are going to think that I'm crazy. But when I saw it, I was like, oh. And like I told you, there was a girl behind me who was like breathing on the back of my neck, and I knew she wanted it just as badly as I wanted it. And I kept touching it, and I was just kind of playing with her for a little bit just to see if she was gonna say anything, like, oh, I'm sorry, man, that was mine, I was just about to grab it. But she didn't say anything, so I picked it up, and that's when she gasped and she's like, ah, oh, she got it. And I was like, yes. So anyway, you guys ready to see what I got? Let me move some stuff out of the way. Oh my gosh, I don't even know why I'm showing you guys, because I already know what the comments are gonna say. But I bought this taxidermy lamp, which of course I am not gonna use it as a lamp, but this is a real duck. It's taxidermied. And I know, I wish I could hear you guys right now what you're saying, but when I saw it, it just reminded me of the video that Rajiv on YouTube had. And he went to, I think he went to some antique shops up in Hudson, New York, and he was specifically looking for taxidermy. And I was like, who looks for that? Who wants that? What are you gonna do with it? But he desperately was looking for something. He ended up finding a black duck, and he ended up buying it. And when he took it home and he put it under this glass cloche that he had, I was like, I think I need a stuffed duck. And so I saw this. I just thought, oh my gosh, you're so cute. It's small, so it's not like, you know, like they do have some taxidermy out there where they have like a big old bird and the wings are out and it's stuffed and people put them on the walls, and I think that's a little weird. Maybe I shouldn't say it's weird because now I have one, but I just wouldn't put something like that up on the wall. But this, I think, could go like up on one of my shelves on top of a stack of books and just make it like, just, I don't know, I just think that it is really special. And these things typically go for like $200-300 on Etsy and even more on other sites. This was $8. I'm gonna take it off of this lamp, and I think you can see under here, I can just unscrew him off of here, and then I'm gonna put him on my shelf for a little while and just see how he likes living here. And if I end up thinking it's just way too creepy and I no longer want him, then I know I can probably get a pretty penny for him, because like I said, they go for around $200-300 on Etsy and then even higher on some other sites, and he's in perfect condition. And so that's what I bought. I don't even want to know what you guys think down in the comments, so don't even bother. I love it, and I guess that's all that matters. So now I thought what I would do is to show you how I plan to style some of these pieces around in my home. I got some new things today. I have some new things from last week. And so, you know, a lot of you said like, I don't really like antique shopping. It's not my thing, but I enjoy watching you shop, which I think is really cool. So I thought that maybe I could show how you can take some of these vintage pieces and make them a little bit more modern in your space. And so I think that I'm going to first start with, I got some flowers today at Trader Joe's, and so I think I'm going to show you guys how I make a really pretty arrangement in some of the pieces that I got last week. And then like I said, we'll just kind of play with some of the things that I got, and I'll show you how I place them around my home. So I will meet you over in the kitchen. So these are all of the items that I'm going to need today to put together a couple of different flower arrangements. Of course, I have my flowers that I picked up from Trader Joe's. I have all of my vessels, and then I have some shears so that I can cut the ends of the stems. What I love to do when I'm out thrifting and antique shopping is finding vessels that I can also turn into a flower vase. I just love fresh flowers throughout the house, and anytime that I go to the grocery store, especially at Trader Joe's, because their prices on flowers are always so good, I always pick some up and place them around the home. So this cup right here I got from Golden Oldies last week, and I just loved it. It is brass. It has this beautiful stamping on the outside of it, and it's actually called a lassi cup. So if you've ever been to an Indian restaurant and you've ordered a mango lassi, they would come in this cup originally. Today they use it as a bridal cup, and so at the wedding they would pass these brass cups around to all of the guests. They'll put their money and their coins in it, and then at the end of the ceremony they hand this over to the bride, and I absolutely love that. So when I saw this, I knew that I wanted to turn it into a vase, and so that's what we're going to do today. Same with this piece of pottery. I love picking up old pottery, and I love turning them into vases. And so while both of these are, I believe, watertight, mainly because they don't have any holes at the bottom of the pieces, I'm just going to make 100% sure that I don't do any damage to both of these pieces. And I have found 2 glasses that I can place into each one to make sure that the flowers have a place to sit, the water has a place to reside, and I don't mess up any of these pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these out, I'm going to fill them up with water, and then we're going to get to arranging our flowers. I always love to use these little food packets that come with the flowers just to give them a little bit more nutrients throughout the week. But if your flowers don't come with one, feel free to just place a penny inside of your vase, or, as I've heard, a shot of vodka. So now I'm going to go ahead and place the glasses into each of the vessels. And next we can go ahead and start cutting some of the stems and placing them all around to make our arrangements. I really loved this flower when I saw that at Trader Joe's. It just has like this really dainty little white flower all throughout, and then there's lots and lots of buds throughout the arrangement. So I just know that as the week goes on that it will just continue to bloom and get fuller. So I think I'm gonna put it in here because I'm kind of envisioning this one just being just like a little bushel here of flowers. So let's just go ahead and cut some of those. I'm not sure of the height. That actually works for me. And as you're going around, you can always, take some out and cut them back. But for now, this seems to be working. I might cut them a little bit shorter, but we'll see as we continue to go on. I really love how this turned out. I just think that it's really simple and dainty. I love the little white flowers. I actually really love all of the buds around the arrangement. It kind of just matches the aesthetic of this brass cup. And make sure that when you are putting an arrangement together that you're looking all the way around your vessel, just to make sure that you love how the arrangement looks at every angle. But yeah, I really think that this is beautiful. So now let's go ahead and start our next one. love how this turned out because I kind of like the juxtaposition of the vintage, very primitive vase along with more of the modern and abstract flowers. I didn't want to just plop the flowers into the vase straight from the packaging from the grocery store. I kind of wanted to place them here and there. So I wanted this big pink flower to kind of come off to the side and then some of the eucalyptus to come off to the other side. I do wish that I had a few more of the white flowers just to make a bigger pop of white, but I think that once some of these buds start to sprout, then I'll think this will fill in with a little bit more of the white, but I really do love how it turned out. So now let's go place both of these around the house. Cheers. Oh, that is delicious. It's not exactly what I wanted to make, but I did have some strawberries, I had some limes, I had a little bit of mint in the refrigerator, so I just mixed that with a little bit of mezcal, some orange liqueur, and oh my God, is it delicious. Wow. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed following me along today. I wasn't necessarily planning to do a back-to-back antique thrift shopping video, but here we are. I just had to have that brass can, and I'm just so glad that I was able to go and get that today. And now it is off my mind and I can move on to something else. But I also hope that you guys enjoy just seeing how you can take some of those antique and thrifted finds and place them in your home. Even if you're not an antique lover or a thrift shopper, you can just see that if you happen to find something while you're out and about, how you can potentially style them at home. Even a stuffed duck. I don't know about you guys. I think you're probably going to say that I'm a little crazy, and that's fair. But looking at him over here on this shelf, I'm kind of in love. And I think that he needs a name. I'm thinking Donald Quaxon, but you guys let me know down in the comments. But yeah, I had a really good time and I hope that you guys did too. So I'm gonna leave you here for today. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day and I will see you guys right back here next Sunday. Bye. So good.
Don't understand what goes through your head when you see a dead duck on a log shaped like a light and you say, I know, I gotta have it.
Yeah, I had to have it.
We need a dead duck in the living room because we don't currently have one.
I go over and I'm like, wait, is that taxidermy? And I see it's $8. Do you know how much those go for? Like hundreds of dollars on
for dead ducks.
For dead ducks. So I started touching it, and she's like hovering over me because I know that she's just like, I want. Yeah, because I think she wanted all three, and so I ended up grabbing it and taking it, and she was like, oh, she got it. So I got this. I'm just gonna take it off here, not use it as
right. Well, it might even need to stay on here depending on how this is fastened.
And that's fine. I just don't want
this comes out.
A lamp.
We'll just unscrew this.
But it's real, right?
It is.
It's real. I think this is a score for $8.
Everybody needs a dead duck in their living room.